gets good that way somehow. I don't know how. He just gets really, really good. And I think ViBE definitely is going to do well here. As they're exchanging some words. Heated words.
Spacebar is broken.
Apparently.
Oh. I hate when people talk about like their builds in a joking manner, because I don't know how serious I can take it. Because what if Sheth actually was 6-pooling? And then like ViBE thought he was joking when hatched first and just lost. I hate when just like when I used to play against random people, I didn't like it when they told me their race, because I wasn't sure if they were like lying and like they're trying to get, it's like, yeah, maybe you are Terran, but then they are actually Zerg and I build everything else differently.
How many times has that ever happened to you?
Twice.
Really?
Yeah.
It's happened to me twice as well.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was actually
people
so
just
angry.
Straight up lie about their race.
I was like, why are you being such an idiot? I mean, okay, you get a ladder win. Congratulations for lying.
They're like, yeah, what's that like? You mad, you mad, you mad, you mad? And they spam you.
I'm like, no, it's just you're an idiot.
And then whenever you try to type it back to like the person you're trying to communicate is not accepting messages who are not on their friends list, I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, I understand. If your goal is to win, then absolutely. But what is that win going to get you? Absolutely nothing. It doesn't make you a better player. It doesn't do anything for you. If it gives you a bigger rank, but that's like inflated ranking. It's not even real. So I really feel like the people that do that they're cray.
Yeah, they're well, crazy is one word to describe it. I'd say annoying is another.
Nah, they're in reality they're scrubs. That's what it is.
Yes, they literally are the pants that you wear at a hospital.
No, not those type of scrubs, Frodan. They're scrubs like they have a scrubby mentality. They just have a very
Yes, they are the dirt removers in StarCraft 2. Is that am I getting warmer, Andre?
You're getting warmer.
All right.
No,
guys, they're bad. Okay, we get it. They're short-sighted and they're trying to earn wins without playing legitimately.
They're Zach Braff.
Garden State.
We're just playing a big game of Mad Libs now, bro.
I'm just teasing you. I'm playing dodge tactics, guys. This is Cloud Kingdom, a map that is historically very safe for hatchery first, but both players playing a little bit more of the safer route, going for very identical builds. The only exception being that ViBE's gas is slightly behind that of Sheth. Sheth going for a little bit earlier, but for the most part, still opening up very safe and still going for double queen. Now, pay attention to a couple things. And Andre will be very happy I mentioned this. How much gas is going to be harvested from the geyser, as well as how many lings are made early on for security. Those are a couple of things that really separate in terms of how greedy both players want to be, and indications of defensive macro or aggression.
That's right. ViBE has the right idea, putting the Overlord directly over the 2 gases in the main, and also 1 over the 1 gas at the natural. Sheth took a more comprehensive approach to his initial Overlord Scout. That's why you don't have him all the way over here by the gases. He actually forces Overlord to go up this path. And this is to protect against a lot of like Zergling run-bys, where Zerglings will actually make the S shape just to catch your opponent off guard, kill the hatchery, and then you win the game.
Wow. Look at this from Sheth. He's actually using his first 150 gas for Carapace instead, timing it very nicely. So that way Sheth's will have an extra advantage in almost any kind of skirmish. Meanwhile, ViBE doing a very standard defensive Baneling Nest as well, setting up an Evo Chamber just to funnel everything in case he needs to defend, but no signs of aggression from either player just yet, as Sheth's in full drone mode, trying to squeeze out an extra amount of workers over his opponent, as ViBE will be making massive Zerglings. In fact, ViBE's making 10.
6 minutes is normally when you start making Zerglings, because you know Metabolic Boost is just about to kick in, and there's actually a lot of different all-ins that can happen from here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So when Metabolic Boost finishes, you can see right here, it finishes right there. By the time you have Zerglings out, you're able to actually receive stuff like this. You can see ViBE, if he was going for a huge Zergling Baneling all-in, then 6 minutes is when Sheth is actually going to start making units for himself and get those Banelings, and he's doing it very nicely.
Yeah, but ViBE's already also preparing his own fast upgrade transitions, getting +1 missile attacks, trying to bait out some of the Baneling detonations as well. Sheth controlling this very well. Good restraint from both players.
Wow.
And only 1 Zergling for 1 Zergling, essentially. That was very well done.
Now, ViBE is a little confused right now, because at this point, he does see the third gas. He sees the second gas go up. He doesn't know about this fourth gas in the mid left-hand corner. But he says, okay, it's 6-7 minutes into the game. You do not have metabolic boost. Where did you commit your gas? So you should be a little bit wary that there is some sort of potential, like, roach attack.
Oh,
that's
Baneling detonations.
God. 4 Banelings, not bad. 5 Baneling, or excuse me, 6 drones from that engagement. Very nicely done. Let's go ahead and look at the income tab. 43 to 34 in favor of ViBE. That's a 9 drone difference. And ViBE is going to open this up very, very safe. I like where he's going, getting the Roach Warren, scared that there is some sort of huge attack coming. In fact, he sees a lot of Zerglings, but they have +1 Carapace. Now what that means is that even if this +1 missile attacks finishes, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't it also mean that they survive a Baneling shot also?
Yes, they survive Baneling shot as well.
Yes, so that's going to give him that advantage if he wanted to really commit to it. But Sheth, of course, not really doing too much damage just yet. Whether or not he's going to be able to depends on whether or not ViBE's going to be able to secure every part of his defense. The Queen and the Spinecaller drop. Sheth has a pretty big opening for now until the Banelings finish, trying to see if he can pick off any amount of drones before his before all the Banelings finish up. 2 Banelings coming in, but a great trade there for Sheth. Lots of weak drones. Oh my goodness. Look at how many drones are within 1 hit point of dying. Now you see that ViBE has stabilized, but Sheth has pulled so far into the lead in terms of workers. ViBE has to catch up for a bit.
But there is an impending attack that could be coming right now. You can see Glio Reconstitution is already halfway done, so you can definitely do, or at least threaten, some sort of roach pressure. Along with that, Spire Tech is just now started, so Sheth actually needed to put down his lair much earlier if he wants to go to Spire Tech. I don't feel like this is a good Spire Tech to go. Because he put his first 150 gas into the Carapace. Then he got the Baneling Nest. Then he got the Metabolic Boost. So his lair, comparatively, is going to be very, very late. So to surprise your enemy with a Spire Tech, it seems really, really unlikely. On top of that, since roaches are already out, now the counterattack is very prevalent. So there's a lot of bad things that are going on for Sheth. Like there are a lot of bad things that could be going on for Sheth, in that Sheth could just straight out die to a lot of these different +1 timing pushes.
Yeah, and I think Sheth starting to realize that the roach count is getting pretty scary. Although if you can get mutas out into the field and control those roaches from being able to move out, that's really nice. But you know, ViBE's already preparing his infestors to come out as well. Now, ViBE, I'm trying to see, does he have the pathogen glands already finished? He does. So he's in a very nice spot to defend against these mutas as well. Sheth's squeezing out as many workers as he can. And he's also only making a few mutas, getting ready to already switch into roaches. This is super common in today's ZVZ metagame. Just to squeeze out a couple mutas, try to force some spores while getting out your own roaches out, and then control the map, kill off overlords.
The only thing is we don't have Burrow out just yet. Now Burrow is going to the way he can actually be aggressive. You need to hide those infestors as best as possible against those mutas, else they're going to bait out a ton of energy. Whether it be infested Terrans, whether it be fungal, you don't want to be using that up. So you need to get Burrow down. There it is. Burrow has been started. And that way he can actually just start all of the infested Terrans directly on his opponent's side of the base. You can see 4 mutas will be cleared up at the expense of 2 fungals. That's a very cost-efficient trade for ViBE. But Sheth already has infestors for himself. Yeah,
and now infestors are just going to be able to just basically lock down aggression. Cloud Kingdom is a map where it's very hard to attack up a ramp. You choke everything up. Things easily get caught, and you just die if you're not careful. In fact, even because it's so ledgy, if you're careless with your infestor positioning, there's spots where opponents' infestors can catch yours with fungals, and then you say goodbye to your own infestors. So it's kind of a delicate scenario when it comes to the mid game of how aggressive can you be. Although there is a lot of counterattack spots, you have to be very aware of your unit's positioning, and that's why Sheth, I would say, is in a nice spot because he controls so much of the vision compared to ViBE, who doesn't really see anything other than this one Overseer that just died.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the map control definitely goes to Sheth, even though it's so negligible. Having this watchtower actually is very, very helpful because it just lets him know that nothing is out on the map. Also, look at Overlord coverage. You see nothing out in the field for ViBE. That's an effect of those metas having to just retreat every single one of those Overlords. Really puts ViBE in the dark. and it forces him to be super defensive, where Sheth is the one that's being aggressive, taking his expansion, trying to get his 4th base, and from here actually switching over to Hydras. Wow, interesting.
Really quick Hydras.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of this. In my gut, I feel like it's a little bit too early, but my mind is still open to it. Like, I don't mind it right now.
It's he's got 14 roaches onto the field, so it's not like he has a strong core army where you're starting to implement Hydras. It's that Sheth still has lots of supply room, and it's a lot of early gas investment. Hydras are very expensive, basically doubling the cost of roaches essentially because of the gas count. You see the infestors are moving out for ViBE. Let's take a unit inventory check. 9 to 8 infestors, so pretty much coming down to who can position their army slightly better and who is going to overextend first. Sheth splitting up his infestors, making sure they can't get caught, although ViBE has to be very cautious as well, but he's also dropping his infested Terrans ahead of Sheth, so that way he can get some DPS in Sheth. Army is also caught by fungals, and ViBE may have found a very small opening, but able to really capitalize onto because the Hydras are dropping really quickly, and Sheth isn't able to build his forces.
Oh no, Sheth losing pretty valuable position here. Not only that, the infestors are just all drained up. He should have just given up this 4th base as soon as those infested Terrans were popped down because it was just way, way too much. I felt like Sheth, if he wants to do this and incorporate Hydras, he needs to actually throw out mostly infested Terrans and not actually use a lot of fungal growths because you need more tanking damage, right? So use those infested Terrans to tank the damage, and then your Hydras are going to be the ones doing damage. So ViBE picks up a really nice win right there. He does have the supply lead as we speak, 183 to 146, and he's just going to go ahead and repair all of those roaches by burrowing them up. And it looks like he is also going to do some burrowed action in the main.
Does Sheth see this at all? Does Sheth have any form of detection? Other than that one overseer that was perusing around the base, he does have infestors out, but this burrow roach squad is going to be a nuisance because now that's just going to give ViBE more map presence because Sheth's going to be bouncing back between the bases. ViBE can kind of take control of towers and force another attack on an expansion. Oh my, these roaches are going really deep. They're going hard in the paint, Andre.
Oh yeah, and there's going to be multi-pronged aggression. ViBE doing a good job of clearing out these Zerglings for the most part, but this 4th base is under a lot of attack. And here the Fungals go on top of everything. The Roaches have sprung into action at the main base. The Infested Terrans will be dropped by ViBE, actually by both these players, and I have no clue who's going to take this battle.
This is very complicated. There's a lot of infested Terrans, but you know what? Most of them are clearing up, and just a few roaches are just remaining for ViBE here. He's not going to be able to really break through, I feel, because the Hydras are protected. But over in the main, Sheth's taking some pretty heavy damage, as 25 workers have been killed by ViBE. Very nice job.
Looks like ViBE is going to try to get out of there at the 3rd base, but another counterattack going into the natural. Now, the Zerglings looked like they were able to clean up a lot at that 3rd base, Frodan. So it looks like both these players are trading out quite a bit. Drones have been traded out like crazy at that 3rd. My goodness. Let's look at the income tab. 49 to 44, very close. You can see 18 workers killed to 27. Of course, Sheth being a little bit more aggressive with the drone count. But ViBE is going to, of course, be a little bit more aggressive this game.
Yeah, ViBE does have a...
Oh, the infestors! No, Sheth, you're losing every single infestor!
Oh, my God. Actually, I didn't see that at all. 2 infestors remain, and then ViBE was actually down the infestor count. This is huge play. Big plays. That could be game-breaking, Andre.
That was game-breaking, Frodan. I mean, there's no question about it. Now losing everything at the 3rd base. You can see drones being cleared up, down to 25 drones. Army tab showing 96 to 114 in favor of ViBE. But more importantly, that infestor count, unit tab showing 8 to 1, not looking good for Sheth.
Yeah, Sheth trying to salvage whatever he can. He has 1 army. To be fair, his army supply is very even, but of course we all know that ViBE's production capability is much stronger. Still, ViBE doesn't have that good saturation at the 3rd, so it's not like his economic advantage is that large, just that he can outproduce his opponent. Sheth going to go for 1 attack. If ViBE's able to protect that ramp,
don't go there.
ViBE's able to protect that ramp.
That would be a bad ramp to go up right there.
If he fungled everything, it's just that's it. Lights out, check, and mate. But I think Sheth knows better than that.
Sheth, know it.
Right?
He
knows better than that.
No!
Oh, he's going to get fungled on the ramp. I mean, this was a last resort, but ViBE has all the positioning in the world. They shouldn't be able to do anything as, he's even burrow microing to ensure that his units have a little bit more health and better positioning. Sheth's supply is dwindling. GG. And ViBE takes game number 1 after a series of great moves. Wow. That roach catch was huge. Game-breaking indeed.
Unbelievable. The Infestors dying there was lights out. That's what it comes down to. And even those roaches were able to go down into the third base, clearing out that base. I thought it was really even until that very end part. ViBE had a slight advantage throughout that late game stage, but both of them fought really hard. I felt like it could have been Sheth's game if he just kept on to those Infestors.
Your number 1 is brought to you by Squarespace. Go to nasl.tv/p/squarespace for all your website creation needs. Check them out. They have a special offer going on using that link promotion. When we come back, game number 2 between Sheth versus ViBE, a battle between actually they're all tied for first place. Yeah. A battle between first place contenders here between 2 North American Zergs will continue right after this.